When do you need a final answer on what we're doing with the brick and this mantle? Is it sooner than later?
What are you doing with the brick?
So the way it is now is cool, but if we were to paint white over it or do the
Whitewash stuff you're talking about?
yeah, or do the boards that we have upstairs in the laundry room over top of it, what would we need now to get that done?
We'd have to put 1x3s up, which would be called a nailer, or you can't, that stuff doesn't go directly. You'd have to put some sort of light framing, 3/4 of an inch on top.
To attach.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at Fireplace design just because I'm not in love with this mantle. It's old as hell, and even if you paint it, there's still like chips
It's
in
very
it.
generic. Actually, you see a lot of this exact style around Frederick. You know it's in the lower quality because there's not an emblem here. You know how
okay.
normally if you look in an older store fireplace, you'll see there's some sort of decorative component. This is a very generic, scaled down.
I want this to be a bling component as well, but obviously within our budget. But if we can do, what are those boards called?
Beadboard?
Beadboard. So we can do that up top and maybe some sort of like tiling on the actual fireplace just to give it some bling. And then inside here, we say we can finish this off, right? We can re-point all these bricks, or what was the plan inside?
You really got to have when you do that kind of thing, it can be runaway costs quickly. So I need a very definitive idea and plan.
Okay. Now, I can get that for you. I can get you a design of what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Because I want this to actually stand out. I like it's cool being the way it is, but I need this to stand out.
Gotcha.
When do you need to know paint colors by for your exterior?
You've got to finish the design component like that because there's sanding involved. You really can't start with the paint colors until the sanding, not the floor, but I mean until the whole patching and all is done. And that can't be done until the plumber and electrician are going to hold us up. There's no doubt of that. Now, if it was a different time of year, while they were in here, we could be outside.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you heard the weather, but this may be the last of the cold for a couple of weeks.
Nice.
But it's supposed to rain for 4 or 5 days. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So you can't paint.
So this is going to be a little bit of awkward timing. Those boys got to deliver.
Okay.
The boys got to deliver.
I mean, so I
does Anna.
think Andy's on the right path. He understands where we are. I think he said he talked to you last week.
Yeah.
I gave him your number. So does he understand your timeline of getting the walkthrough on Tuesday?
Yeah. No, I got to contact him and say on Tuesday after I have the permit. Well, what do we do here? Because this is not Wayfair.
This is going to be, these would have to be customs.
This is where you really got to have a high dollar carpenter make something nice.
Either built-ins, so it's just exposed shelving, because this is going to be the board for the fridge.
So those are the fridge boards.
So all this from, I'd say about like, maybe countertop height down would have to be cabinetry. I don't know, because
It's a very unusual space.
yeah, because above top, we can make it just another countertop if we wanted to on the other side of the fridge and have them put stuff on the countertop. But then down below, will a standard cabinet fit down below all the way
couple.
across?
So let's see where the 36 ends.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So 36 ends here. That could easily be a shelf or whatever.
Right.
So you could put cabinets. You could put like 5 feet of cabinets there or something. That's a lot in cabinet land, storage land.
I would rather do that, and then above, if we needed to do any customs, we can, but I don't think we would. I think we can leave this as another countertop
I'd leave it
area.
open.
Question, I wanted to do because there's no place for a microwave besides on the countertop.
That would be a place.
Can we do a custom built-in area for the microwave? Yeah.
You talking on the way up?
No, I mean, I wanted everything in here to be as intentional as we can.
Place, the one we sold.
I'm not a fan of countertop microwaves. So just little cabinet spots for it.
This gives you a lot more counter to just set something since you don't have an island.
Yeah.
And that's where the microwave kills cabinet space in small kitchens. So I love the idea of the microwave being over here.
Yeah.
And getting it away from the primary cook area.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Can we actually map out the kitchen, and then that'll be kind of the last question I have, is I want to make sure that I'm getting Home Depot all they need for lengthwise, widthwise, and all that for all these appliances. So I wanted to we're going to elevate this window, bring it
Sure.
up to countertop height at
Yeah.
least. So we can have a corner insert. Have you seen corner inserts for sinks? Is that normal or no? Because I've only seen them in a Lazy Susan. I haven't seen them for sinks.
I've seen them a couple times and people regretted having them, but that's.
A corner sink?
Just because it's hard to reach behind it.
Oh, I got you.
But that doesn't have to matter because we're not using it.
So your thoughts would just have the sink be here. I think either way, if it's not a corner, we don't need to use this extra piece anyways, right? Because this is still a walkway area.
So you have to establish what are the fixed components. So, excuse me, so our fixed component, that just needs to go to the wall, not on the plastic. 153. So 12 inches for that. And then we have 36 for a sink base, it's called. All right, sink base.
It's 48.
And drawer cabinet. Not a cabinet with one drawer, but 3 drawers.
Right.
Okay. And then the dishwasher is 24. I'm not very artistic this morning.
All good. That's 72 we're dealing with.
That's the dishwasher. And then you want the range, which is 30. Okay, so here's the range.
We're at 102.
All right. Pardon me?
We're at 102.
Okay. So going back to this over here, you have to put cabinets over here.
Have to.
Yeah, because we're not 102, so we only have ballpark 50 inches, which in
Another
cabinet
36-inch
48.
base
So you really have 4 feet.
of cabinetry on this wall.
This is the way you could do what you're talking about, is to, very simple, the numbers work, you check it out, is to bring this one over here.
Move the 12 over there, shift everything to the
Okay,
right.
so what that does is on this side would be 60, on this side would be 60, and the range is in the center.
Let's do it. I think that's what we need to do. And then for the wall cabinets, I'll figure it out. We wanted to have shelving, but then I want to have 2 wall cabinets either on the side of the range, just to give it symmetry, and then shelving over top of the sink, because I don't like looking at a cabinet in front of my face when I'm washing, and then shelving on that
Oh, I
side.
think
Just
you never put a cabinet over a sink.
never,
Ever.
just to match them up.
Yeah, so right here, we decided we had, what, 5 feet?
I think you said, yeah.
Okay, so let's do the 36 plus 2 inches for the counter. We'll go to 38. So somewhere around here. Now, if you're gonna look dead center on that line, it doesn't have to be super exact. So it's 66, so you got 5.5 feet, but that means you can put 5 feet of base cabinet in there, which is a lot.
That's awesome.
That's the same amount as if you brought this over here. It's the same as all 3 of those. So I'm thinking 1, 2, you have, let me write that down. You have 5 feet of potential cabinet space over there.
On the left,
On the left of the fridge.
yes.
Right.
And
So
then
you
we
have
still
5
got,
feet.
the whole right side is going to be a Lazy Susan with cabinetry as well. There's going to be plenty of cabinetry in the kitchen. I mean, you got to just map out what's possible, and then you backtrack to do the blend components. And then, so this side, Anthony, is going to be, I don't know where this line for the fridge ended.
Yeah, they did a lot. The crew was actually here, if you can believe it, yesterday.
So this is going to be sitting,
Interior wall repair.
this is going to be sitting Lazy Susan cabinet, and you're standing where the seating is going to be for the countertop, that backhand side. So this is all cabinetry as well. All this on the left hand, right hand side of
Comes
the fridge.
out here?
To right
I
here.
thought you were just doing a straight shot galley.
Nah, I wanted them to have somewhere to sit and eat. So this is the walkway, right? This is gone. This is walkway.
Yeah.
This is seating to eat. And backhand is all going to be potential Lazy
You
Susan.
can't go past the brick line, but it looks like you're walking into a diner.
So are you
No, I
seeing
mean the
keep it?
counter.
Yeah, yeah,
Cabinet.
for sure. This is the line
No,
for the.
it's okay if the chairs are here.
Yeah, this is the line for the kitchen for sure.
How wide is the fridge? The standard is 30, but nowadays nobody buys standard anymore. They're all these.
The bigger French door ones. I haven't
What kind do
chosen.
you have at home?
My house is a double side, but it might be 30 inches wide. It's not huge.
It's not 36?
It probably is 36.
Normally when they go to the French door style, the double door style, it's 36. Does it have a pull out?
No, it's just
What's the
fridge, freezer.
What's the freezer?
GE.
Is it behind the double doors?
No, it's one side's freezer, one side's fridge.
Oh, you have one of those.
But you can open it
That's
this
probably
way.
36.
I'd probably then put a 36 in here just because I know that's standard now.
Okay, so let's just do something really quick. Okay, so from this line over, we now know, all right, is you have 5 feet of cabinets. So let's make a mark. Let's do 36. If you're putting in a pot filler, you really should have put in a bigger fridge. If you're trying to sell it on kitchen. Okay, so you have from here to wherever you were talking about.
That's where this blue line is. This is all gonna be
Lazy
lazy.
Susans take 36 inches.
So from
Either
here to
direction.
there would be 36.
So you'd have the Lazy Susan, which would fit nicely, and it would be recessed a little back from this, so you can have the overhang with the counter and the stove.
Yes, sir.
So add
Is
to your
it's
lid.
36 by 36?
Say we're 36 inches. All right, so that's on the basis of a 36-inch fridge, right? This is the definitive line, if you look up, right?
It's the full beam, yeah.
Okay, so you have 36.
It's perfect.
This is a Lazy Susan,
Oh.
and
It comes
we're
up.
not going past, which, with the cabinet, which I'm pretty strong about. You're coming to like right here with the cabinet. You add some for the counter. You gotta decide how much overhang. And then the chairs are out here.
I like it. I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that. It's a little off, but I don't think people are gonna be, oh, well, this is off by 6 inches. I don't like it. But they'll have a place to actually eat their food as opposed to sitting
You're
in the living
selling
room.
a small house with a lot of bling and funkiness in it for like a professional couple.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's who's buying in Frederick right now.
Or maybe,
We can fit a 36 and an 18 here.
you wanna come out that far? Darn House Bar and Grill?
Yeah. Well, I gotta play with this piece of it because I want them to still have walk room to get in and out of the kitchen, but I need them to have somewhere to eat their food.
It must be the old school guy thing. I mean, if I got a microwave and a fridge and anything to cut meat on, I'm fine.
Oh, me too. I'm the same way at home. It's just, I'm thinking about end buyers who's paying $430,000 for a house. What do they want? Like, they want somewhere to eat their food if they're spending that money.
Well, since you've taken away the dining room, I really like the idea of providing some sort of setting space.
Give me 2
Do
stools.
you eat at the dining room table, if you go to his house, you eat at the dining room table or the coffee table watching the news? Or ESPN is what I watch.
I was gonna say, we eat at the island.
But you got an island, so you, see, I'm always in front of the TV watching ESPN.
When she's not over, I'm in front of the TV.
I mean, we don't
I'm
sit
sitting
at
there.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah,
I'm the same way.
yeah.
This is perfect. That's
Okay, I just really don't want it to invade this break too much.
100%. Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
There's probably smaller Lazy Susans, right? Because if we can get away with a 30-inch, I'll do a 30-inch and push it back
Yes.
6 inches and keep it
All right, so
truly
you know
in the
that
kitchen.
when you go to look at cabinets.
I can tell them, give me a 30, let me
Less than
seal a
36
30.
would be a godsend.
Okay.
Because I'd like to see the finished kitchen, kind of defined by the fireplace, which is, if you put beadboard on that, now that I've spent hours sanding it, we need.
Tony, I apologize.
No.
I appreciate you.
If we put beadboard there, it's gonna be a hell of a blank.
I'm thinking beadboard and some white
Hell of a
towel to
blank.
make it just pop out.
Hell of a blank.
And they covered my X where the TV's supposed to go. I want a TV to be centered over
Okay.
top of that floor outlet.
When Matt gets here, he's slower, but he's steady. He's the best old house electrician in Frederick. He works for Alan Kaiser, who you met. He's the senior electrician. You need to meet with him.
Okay.
Every light positioning, everything.
Yeah. Well, just let me know when he'll be there. I can be up in
Or
the
you can
afternoon.
just do it
or-
with me and mark it.
Okay.
But we need to know every position. Because the more you do in here with lights, the more we gotta cut apart the ceiling, which will be a nightmare.
So we told Alan we were gonna do 4 in here for sure, and then maybe run 2 more here, and give 1 central piece in the.
You want 6 recessed lights in here?
Well, I want them to have light over top where they're eating as well. And if
Of
we're
course.
doing 1 light in here, then we gotta have
You
at
gotta
least
have a light above the stove, of course.
that too. So, we can play with the final number on
See,
recess.
so these are the way the joists, which are the framing components, run like this. But if you have a light here and a light here, what we have to do is we have to cut out the ceiling, huge parts of the ceiling to enable the wire to go from A to B.
Okay.
Now, if the wire needs to go from here to here, you're using what's called the joist space, the gap between the 2 joists. But when you go from here to here, the only way to get it, because plaster on brick is I'm gonna have to cut a channel, you know, like enough that they can get a drill in, a right angle drill in to go from joist to joist.
Got you. So my thought, just high level with Alan, was 2, 4, and then 2 to enter in the kitchen before you get to the beam,
Yeah.
to be 6, and then we'll have 1 here, and then like you mentioned, I'd have to figure out what we could do about a light above the stove, and maybe the sink won't need one, I don't think, because there is that bright window.
Yeah, that changes everything. I would never seal that window up, that's just opinion.
Yeah, so we're just
I
gonna,
would never seal it. Look how dark it feels right now.
Yeah.
And if I took that board down, it would blow your mind the difference.
yeah.
As soon as we put that board up, which we had to because of the cold,
I love natural light. Like, look at the bathroom.
look what that light does. Now that I spent all those filthy hours sanding that wall, you're gonna cover that with something?
No, hell no. I just want it to be, like, the pieces to be filled in and look presentable, right? I don't want there to be, like, chipped out
That's
mortar.
interpretive. That's interpretive.
Okay.
So the more you want those kind of things fixed, the more money you spend. I
I'm,
mean, I don't do it. I have
Yeah.
the best historic. He's a real pain in the ass because he's an artist.
so he's particular.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's like,
I got some wiggle room, so I'm okay with paying whatever I need to get the finishes.
as costs progress. So what's happened since we first met? We completely changed the entire layout of the house. Okay, independent of that, that doesn't affect my price a whole lot. I did put some money down there in the papers I gave you earlier, because of having to do all those recess areas in the attic. Takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
This, etc. So I gave you a ballpark of what I thought my extras would be.
Okay.
But when you do that, when you reconfigure the house, it's the utilities, it's the mechanical stuff. Because they now need to run all these electric and water lines there. That's
Yeah.
why the plumbing and electric go up.
And the chase up top. Yeah, I know. So there's some moving parts, but
Well, you control that.
yeah,
See, my price didn't change that much. Yeah, it's going up a little bit, but not much.
yeah. I definitely want to see what the HVAC comes in at.
Well, on the paper I gave you, we had earmarked 19. You said you got it at Beano for 13.
Yeah, hell no. It should not be more than
Well, it depends
13,000.
what we do in the attic. Because if that's the primary suite, it's gotta be comfortable. Now heat rises, so obviously, and there's no long hallways and collections of doors. So you're gonna get a lot of heat up there. Are we hoping for one mini split up there?
That's what my thoughts were. I wanted to see where he could run the
Yeah.
actual duct
Yeah, I'll call him
up,
when I get home.
and then up there just put one
Yeah.
split.
Okay, so when it comes to things like what kind of handle on the kitchen, if you and Anna can handle it, I don't need to know any of that kind of stuff. What we have to know now are positioning of all lights, positioning of outlets, and as soon as Andy gets here, he's gonna need the diverters, what we talked about before.
I think we figured that out with him already. So he's squared away on diverters. He just needs to know faucets, because we want to do the faucets, the hot cold, not the one that has both directions on
Good.
it. So he knows all that
That's
as
more
well.
historic and classic.
So for me, you're saying right now you need this, and you need to know markings for the electrician.
A lot of them aren't for the electrician, so I don't want, it depends how particular you get. So you say 4 lights here, where?
Right. Well, yeah, symmetrical.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, 100%.
So if you have a light right here and then next to a beam, that makes no sense. You would actually push it, a certain amount of inches away from
So
it,
it can shine down
or it
on
would be awkward.
it. Right.
So we need to know the exact positioning of this, which will relate to if you can get a Lazy Susan that's smaller, so the light isn't half blocked by a beam.
Okay.
So those kinds of things.
Okay. I can get that for you. When is Matthew going to be here? When do you want me back at the house to talk to
Tuesday.
him? On Tuesday?
You don't have to, yeah, or me. So progressive visits is what's required.
Okay. I'm usually up here every weekend, so I can meet any Sunday. If you want me here during the week, just let me know a few days in advance, and I can shoot up from work.
So you have everything you need to know to order. Do you have the size of vanities? Have you gotten that from Andy?
We haven't.
Vanity size,
Vanity sizes. We know upstairs is going to be a 60, but you need down here as well.
huh?
You need down here for this vanity. We know upstairs is going to be a 60-inch.
What's this one, 30?
I don't know what the standard vanity is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he said 30, 30, 30 is the rule most of them go by. See, so we have 61 here, and by the time I put something on here, so it can't be bigger than 30.
All right. That works.
The next normal step down is 24. So we'll contact Andy and verify, but I think that's a 30-inch vanity.
All right, I'll put it down for 30 and I'll look at Home Depot. Yeah, and I like how you guys actually kept some storage down there too.
Yeah, it's all very, very cool.
And doors, you guys are gonna add some doors, I'm assuming.
Yeah, of course.